In spite of the money that they were making in Africa, the Portuguese still had their sights set on the even richer treasures of Asia. And knowing that it was now possible to sail around Africa, the Portuguese king gave one of his best captains, a man named Vasco da Gama, 4 ships and 170 men with which to sail to India. And in July of 1497, they left behind the familiar shores of Portugal and headed south. It took many months before they rounded the Cape of Good Hope and began to sail north. On the east coast of Africa, they stopped off in the port of Mozambique, and it was here that they first saw Muslim ships filled with trade goods from India. The sailors were thrilled by this sight. However, many of the Muslim traders didn't want the Portuguese interfering with their business. But after escaping north to the port of Malindi, Vasco da Gama paid a friendly Arab seaman to guide his ships across the Indian Ocean. The Portuguese ships finally reached India in May of 1498, and da Gama and his sailors were overjoyed. After a while, Vasco da Gama was able to make a deal, and he loaded up his ships with a small amount of cinnamon and with 80 tons of peppercorns before sailing back to Portugal. The trip back home took almost a year, and by then, out of the 170 sailors who had started the voyage, only 55 were left alive. But despite such a heavy loss of life, the great voyage of Vasco da Gama had been a tremendous success. For the dream of Prince Henry the Navigator had finally come true, because a Portuguese explorer had become the first person to discover a sea route from Europe to the eastern parts of Asia. And it was because of this amazing voyage that the tiny country of Portugal grew to become one of the richest and most powerful nations on earth.